Mac tonight. Just tonight, I just been thinking about a disorder I could have, Could be called, dependent personality disorder. But Tasha's out of the hospital, or whatever place they put her in. Good that she's out and she's doing okay. She's better. She's somewhat okay, I guess. Except for the woes from what she went through. So, okay. I want to talk. Hey there, Jeffrey Lebowski. How are you? Good to see you, Jeffrey Lebowski, in the house tonight. I want to talk about hoarding tonight. I think I might have the symptoms of a disorder called dependent personality disorder. I have the ability, I have serious problems making minor decisions. That disorder called dependent personality disorder, people suffering from dependent personality disorder are the kind of people that have trouble making everyday decisions. Oh, just got home? Good. I'm glad you just got home, Jeffrey. I'm glad. You got a little bit of yesterday's burrito. You know, that $10 thing I did a review of a couple of days yesterday. It was pretty good. It's a great deal at Taco Bell. It's taco and burrito craving pack, You get four tacos. You get four tacos and you get four tacos and you get four, sometimes two. Get that, yeah, especially work. Four tacos and four burritos. Those beefy 5-layer burritos. I think they have sour cream and refried beans and stuff in them. I'm just thinking and focusing. Just on, I've also been a very naive person. A very naive person. The person that can let... Hey, Tasha, how are you? It was taken too? Oh, I'm sorry, Tasha. That sucks. Yeah, they took everything. I hope you get Cookie Puss back. I know you miss her. I know that... Yeah, sorry, Tasha, that you went through what you went through. Everybody was worried about you, Stuff like that, or what they could do to you. But anyway, hoarding, Hoarding is a disorder. I've been watching a TV program that programmed on A&E called Hoarders or whatever. I think people hoard stuff because they're missing something in their lives and they have to hoard, But good Molly Jane. Yeah, anyway, so it's just that, something called dependent personality disorder. Yeah, exactly. Dependent personality disorder. People with dependent personality disorder have a hard time making everyday decisions. And I used to think about whether or not I want a truck camper or a van or a travel trailer. I could not decide myself. If I was going to try to decide between a burrito and a taco, I could not decide. Just trying to make decisions about everyday things is hard. Indecisiveness. Being overly agreeable. Yeah, I think pros and cons is a good thing. And I eventually settled on the truck camper because it started in like 2005, you know. Hey Laura, how are you? It started in 2005, working at wanting an RV. I guess what I could do tonight is to go. Yeah, Laura Lee, good to see you. I guess tonight would be just as good a night as any. Look at that little dog. She's cute, isn't she, Tasha? That's Smiley Jane. I think she's part Chihuahua. But my cousin had her when she was young. She's like 11 years old now, Miley is. No, she's just 11 years old. Molly, I love you. Yeah, my cousin had her. Now her daughter named her Miley after Miley Cyrus, and so. Anyway, overly overly agreeable. It's not good to be overly agreeable with people. Passive, compliant, overly agreeable to the point of it being a disorder. Overly compliant and agreeable. Overly agreeable with people to the point of it being a mental disorder. A mental disorder called dependent personality disorder. Dependent personality disorder. You just depend on another person, living vicariously through other people, living dependent on others, you know, uh, overly, overly agreeable with people. Submissive, overly submissive, you know. Tamara, go check out Tamara Heal. I'll do that, Tasha. I'll check out Tamara Heal. So, but yeah, I'll do that. But I guess tonight is just as good of a night to talk about this. I've got some clothes in the washing machine that I'm trying to dry them. I'm trying to give them to Goodwill, you know, because I hate to throw anything in the trash can. I hate to throw anything, especially clothes. I hate to throw clothes in the garbage, man. I hate to throw clothes in the trash. But I just thought tonight would be just as good of a night as any to throw these clothes in this washing machine. Musty clothes in the washing machine, give them to Goodwill. I've got all this stuff out in the garbage. You know? I mean, out in the garage. And I just have to take all this junk and wash it. See. We got a washing machine in a closet. We got a washing machine inside of a closet. The dryer's out in the garage. See, there's a hot water heater. They put that in 2018. That piano's 100 years old. It's over 100 years old, actually. It's over 100 years old. X-Player is what it is. X-Player piano. I bought it in 1992. I bought this piano in 1992 when I graduated high school. I graduated high school in 1992. Bought this piano with my graduation money. So, made by Wurlitzer, 1909. Piano was made by Wurlitzer in 1909. Okay, give you, it needs to be tuned really bad, but that up in the front is the player, see? That's the player part of the piano. No, you're not blocked, Tasha. You're not blocked here. Mm-hmm. So, that's how old this thing is. It needs tuning really bad. sure. 19. Oh, Laura may be blocked. Okay. Laura Lee. Okay. Okay. I'll do that on my computer. Yeah, I can't see Laura. I'll do that now. Let's see. I'll do that now. Okay. Let's see. I'll go YouTube Studio. Laura Stevenson? Oh, I might have Laura Stevenson blocked. Let me see. Let's see. I'm looking right now. Let's see. Gaia Baccarazzi. Let's see. Man, there's so many of them. Oh, Lord of mercy. So many of them. Romantic Monger, Chicago No Man. Well, Laura Stevenson. Laura Stevenson. Exactly. Let's see. Yeah, I got several Tasha Teelings. I got the fake Tasha Teelings in here, you know. All right, Laura Stevenson. Huh, it's weird. I don't know. Laura Stevenson. Well, Laura Stevenson, I apologize if I can't see you. And, and, see. Okay, let me see. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. Laura Stevenson's alive. I can see her on here. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah. All chat. Jeffrey, catching a cold, Jeffrey? I hope you're alright. All I see is Jeffrey and Tasha and Jeffrey. It's all I see here. I don't see Laura Stevenson anywhere. I'll look for Laura Stevenson. Yeah, I'll look for Laura Stevenson's life, but I don't see her anywhere. I don't see Laura Stevenson. That's weird, Yeah. So, yeah, I don't see her on here. I don't see her. That's weird that I don't see Laura Stevenson's life. Carlos. Yeah. Carlos, good to see you, Carlos Martinez. I don't know why. Oh, Google under community. Okay. Google. There we go. Settings. Google settings. Manage my Google account. Let's see. People. Contacts. Blocked. I got rid of them. Laura, you're right, Tasha. That's absolutely correct. Yeah, I've just gotten into a funk is what I've done, Carlos Martinez. Got myself into a little funk where I haven't done much. Oh, hey, Laura Stevenson, good to see you. I'm glad you're in here. I'm glad you told me. You guys told me. Yeah, get rid of. Yeah, Laura Stevenson's here. But yeah, all this stuff is in the garage. I want to take this stuff to Goodwill. I want to take all this clothes to Goodwill, but I think hoarding is a disease, Yeah. Hoarding is a disease, Hoarding stuff is not good. Hold on, I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Dirty laundry everywhere. I know, I'm just in the process of doing it. I'll be right back. I've got a story time coming. I'll be right back. Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. here, my Shane. Good job for me. Hold on. Okay. I'm here, sorry guys. That's all for now. I'm up against some unfair fighters. They got me good. I'm sorry, Tasha, you're up against unfair fighters. Okay, yeah. Charles Richardson. Hey there, how are you? Yeah. Good to see you, Charles Richardson. Here in the house. Hey there, are we down to the old gang? The old gang is back together. Miley, the old gang is back together. Where did my coffee go? Where did I sit it at? I had a cup of coffee a minute ago. Here it is. I got my coffee now. I just set it down, left it, forgot it. Good job, something. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, lies. Yeah. Back. FOIA. Davey, is YouTube business closed? I don't know. Go get it. I'm buried. It's buried. I'm buried. You know the details. It's public. I'll never get it. Okay. Freedom of Information Act. Freedom of Information Act. Oh, yeah, the body cam footage from last night. Yeah, the body cam. Yeah. Getting the body cam, stuff like that. Freedom of Information Act. There you go, Carlos. That makes sense. Freedom of Information Act. You get they missed Davy's daily lives. Davy, how's the RV coming? How is your RV coming along? Are they any closer to fixing it? I had a car that had... Hey, Coach Isms, how are you? Good to see you. Everything's okay here. Just running tight on the dollars. Oh, okay. No closer to fixing it. I had a car and it had something wrong with it. This car I had something wrong with it. It actually happened to be a wiring harness in this car. It was a 90 Oldsmobile 88, and it was one of the best cars I ever had. But it had several things replaced on it. Yes. It had several things. I had several things replaced on this Oldsmobile. But, I had several things replaced on this car. I had coil packs put on this car. I had an ignition control module put on this car. My good old mechanic, rest his soul, he was sick with some kind of brain tumor and he died. He worked on my cars right up to the end. Right up until the end. I appreciate him doing it. I'll be back on. I have things I'm working on. Can't be on film. Okay, Davey. The point, yeah. So it took a while to figure out what was wrong with it, but my mechanic finally figured out what was wrong with that car. And it was a wiring harness with a bad connection. Bad wiring harness connection in the Oldsmobile. But it was a great car with a great engine, you know. It's a 3800 V6. And the engine they put in the Grand Ams in the 90s and the Buick LeSabres in the 90s and stuff like that. It was the Oldsmobile. Davey, are you in the fitness protection program? You can do water aerobics. There's so many different kinds of physical fitnesses. And that bicycle, I'm glad I got that bicycle. RV washing clothes, all nice. I need to get a miniature washing machine for my truck camper. Now, I have an idea Someday I might get another truck camper, but push rod deluxe. I'm thinking if I ever got a different truck camper. Yeah, that was just like what was going on, Tasha. That night was almost like a, uh, what do you call it, phenomenon? Some kind of a phenomenon. Yeah, kind of like a phenomenon, I guess, that went on that night, you know. Because I heard it too, Tasha. I heard it. I heard the sounds, the strange sounds on there. Yeah, strange sounds. Never hear on tape. It's kind of proof of something else going on. I don't know exactly what was going on, but something was going on, you know. I'm an effing lawyer. Yeah, you are. You've got a what did you say that one night you had a Home Depot law degree? Yeah, studied on your own to know what it means to be a lawyer. Yeah, it takes a smart person to do that. It takes an intelligent individual. No, he's not important. Mm, yeah, my mom started a job today. She's like 72 years old with COPD, and she started a job just to pay some bills, you know. I used to pay a few bills off, you know. Now, I like my truck camper, but I'm thinking about when I get a job or get more money, what I'd really like to have. If I ever got a different camper, what I'd like to have is an old square body Chevy. Like this, it's lowered to the ground. See? They made it into a lowrider. It's Ozark Travel, an old 70s camper with a 70s Chevy pickup. See, check this out. That's so cool. They've got it lowered with an old camper on it. It's a lowered camper. That is just badass right there. That is nice. You know, if I ever got a different truck camper, I might go back to a 70s truck camper. Aluminum siding is actually a lot less trouble than fiberglass. Fiberglass is a lot of trouble. And the newer truck campers all have this modern siding. That's this Phylon is very difficult to work on. But you can raise it, like Davey. It's airbags. See, it's got airbags in it. It's bagged. Yeah, it's got airbags in it to raise it back up again. Carlos is neutral. See? And I love the swanky 70s interior of this camper, man. I love the 70s style. I was a baby in the 70s. So I just remember, I guess, good memories. In the 70s, being a baby and other people taking care of you, you know. In the late 70s, what it seemed to be like in real life in the late 1970s was that TV show, that 70s show. The 70s show, Red Foreman, you know, and Kitty Foreman. They could have been like my grandparents, you know. And I was a baby and they were my grandparents. Kitty Foreman and Red Foreman were my grandparents when I was a baby in the late 70s. And I was, you know, that's how it could have been in life. You know, and I was a little kid back then. You know, that's how it felt to be a baby in the 70s. See, this thing has carpet. Look, man, it has green shag carpet. Yeah, those landscapers are nice. Juarez is so suave. So, yeah. So suave. It's straight up pimping, man. Straight up pimping. That's what you call pimping right there. Straight up pimping. Oh, man. See? Everything shag, carpet. Nice stuff. Anyway, back to our other situation. Lance campers, they had 70s Lance campers. Coach is going to have a heart attack anyway. Yeah, he will probably. Yeah. But anyway, Tosh, let me upload the video. Elvis is in Texas, Mexico. I saw Elvis's video. He said something happened to him. The Mexican police got him, you know. The Mexican police stopped him down there, and it scared him because he was afraid they could try to take his money or something. coats is pretty nasty. Sure, baby, nasty. Talking about people. Truth. Anyway. Yeah, go figure. But, so what else is new? Oh, I'm not taking no sides, but I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, we're all glad you're okay. And stuff like that. Late in Kentucky. Here it's late. In Kentucky right now it's 1:30 in the morning. I've only ever deleted one video and it was by accident. Hey, it's good to be that way. It's good to be transparent like that, you know. Dirty deletes are not good, you know. Well, those dirty deletes are not good. Proves you're not a real player, you know. Yeah, I'll know more tomorrow. Good, Davey. Hopefully you're okay and stuff. Here's a nice one. Davey's, yeah, you're not in Kentucky. Here we go. And that's a 66 Cree coach. Yeah, it's 1966 truck camper. There we go. It's nice. With a square body truck, it's nice. Now, those vintage truck campers look really good on square body trucks, you know. I'd like to have a dually. That's what I like to have. If I got a square body, it would be a dually. I'd love to have a square body dually. That would be so nice. With running boards, a 1970s truck camper. And that would be nice. But I would take the siding off. When you work on those kind of campers, you don't tear it out. You don't tear the inside out of it. You don't gut the inside because it's got all that cabinetry. You don't want to tear out all that cabinetry. You ruin all the plywood in there. What you have to do is work on it from the outside, not from the inside. Those campers are built from the outside. The inside is built first and the siding is put on last. They put the siding on the camper last. So if you're going to work on a camper and the structural failure of a camper like that, you got to take the windows out and you have to take the siding off of it. That's what you have to do to fix it. The fiberglass siding is not as good in those campers. What I would do is take the siding off of the camper and I would put fiberglass, foam board, block foam insulation in that camper. If I had an old camper, I would do the inside with block foam insulation. And if it's covered with block foam insulation inside, it'll be a lot better insulation if it had block foam. And that's what I would do, and I'd put it back original. I realize I don't have to have a heated basement, you know. I've got a heated basement in my camper, but, you know, I really don't have to have it. The one thing that makes the camper good is the block foam and the furnace, the big furnace. But anyway, I'm going to blah, blah, blah no more about campers. That's going to bore everybody seriously silly. Yeah, I try not to eat no more salt, Jeffrey Lebowski. I just about quit eating salt because in my diet, you know, I got high cholesterol. I need to change my habits. If we have no content, there is no point. That's true. There's no content, there's no point. You know? I just want to get away from that dependent personality disorder and start, you know, and not let people gaslight me or twist things around and me believe it. And I don't want to be naive and just believe what people say. I need to go tomorrow and get rid of this stuff. I need to clean this stuff and take it to Goodwill, you know. Take that stuff to Goodwill. It's a nasty mess. You know? Get rid of all this mess. Clean it up. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Janice. Janice Layla. How are you? Lala, Layla. Sorry, I don't want to butcher your last name. Yeah. The timer is going out on that machine, on that washer. Yeah. I could just upload Coach's video, but I'll wait. They're picking up my clothes tomorrow. Well, that's good. Go to on Holly's and do a one-on-one interview. That would be a good idea. Yeah, the timer or something is going out of this washing machine. Damn. Dang on it. Washing machine is just messed up. I don't know what the heck's wrong with it. It's all whacked out, you know? Damn it. Something's wrong with that washing machine. Coach blocked me for the simple fact of being friends with Tasha. Yeah, that's how Coach is. I mean, he'll ban somebody for being friends with someone. It don't make any sense. I mean, people have to decide themselves who they want to be friends with. You know, on YouTube, people got to decide themselves who they want to be friends with. People have to decide themselves. Yes, sir. There we go. Hopefully it'll work this way now. No crazy washing machine working. But anyway. Good night, sweet prince. May the wings of devils. I can't remember the rest. Good night, Joni. Good night, Ivy Davy. Is everybody gonna go away? Don't forget your prayers. Time to go to bed. Good to have you in here, Davy. RV Davy. On a 40-minute live stream. Is anybody else going on live or what? Good night, ta-ta. Yeah. Is anybody else going on live or anything? Good night, ta-ta. Protect endangered species. Just Davy going to bed. Okay, cool. Good night, ta-ta. Good night, ta-ta. My baby. The sweetest little creature on earth. A beautiful little queen. You know, I think I've always admired RVs from the time I was you know, young, but a couple of things led, you know, a couple of things in life led me to want to get an RV, you know. Oh, once you're moved, okay, Jeffrey Lebowski. A couple of things led to me thinking of an RV. Now, I wasn't really homeless through the 90s completely. In late high school and in college. Okay, we've got hide user on channel. That's another troll account. But my problem started. The bullying in school, I guess I took it out on my mom. And the point of it, there. Tasha Teeling is a moderator. Jeffrey Lebowski, if you want to be a moderator. Yeah. And I'll make you guys moderators if you want to be. Good. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, guys. Now I got you guys as mods on this channel. It doesn't hurt to have a couple. It'd be like Bergs and mod up everybody. No devils. Okay. I turned 16 years old in 1990. I took my problems out on my mom. In spring of 1990, I was 15 years old. My mom was going to send me up to a juvenile center to live in a school, a Baptist school for teenagers. It was called the Oneida Baptist Institute in the mountains in Kentucky. My grandparents took me in. Early 1990. My mom threw me out at 15 years old. I went to stay at my mom's house and my grandparents' house, my mom's parents, in 1990. I got a bedroom upstairs in my grandparents' house, and I enjoyed life in the summer of 1990 with my friend. From Holiday to St. Pete, we all know that Holiday to St. Pete, we all know that we are the devil, that we all know. Yes. I started staying with my grandparents all the time in 1990. But also, from 1989 at the current time in 1990 when my mom threw me out at 15, I was spending the weekends 2 nights a week, Friday night and Saturday night, at my dad's parents on the farm. The place where I did the live stream, the place where I went away. Do y'all remember the one trip I made in my camper? The one trip I made in my camper was my grandmother's house, my dad's mother's house. That's where I went. Yeah. Anyway, I was spending 2 nights a week at my dad's parents. The rest of the week I was spending at my mom's parents. So, 2 nights a week at my dad's parents, 5 nights a week at my mom's parents when she threw me out. Up into the mid to late 1990, when I turned 16 years old, after I turned 16 years old, my mom let me come back home 2 nights a week. In 1990 and 1991, I started, so as of 1991, I was staying in three different homes. Three different homes. And my mom's stepmother, my mom's mother, she would get mad sometimes and she would throw me out. She would tell me she was bipolar or something. She'd say, "Get your stuff and get out of my house and don't come back no more." And then I would go back to my mom's and take my stuff back to my mom's. And then a couple of days later, when my grandmother cooled down, I would go back up there again to my mom's parents. So in 1991, I was staying in three different homes. I started staying with my mom's parents 3 nights a week. I was staying with my dad's parents 2 nights a week. And I was staying at my mom's 2 nights a week. So I was staying in three different homes, 1991. And in 1992, we dropped off with my dad's parents. So in 1992, 93, and the first half of 94, 92, 93, and the first half of 94, I was staying with my mom half the time and my mom's parents half the time. I was staying in two different homes. So I lived out of a duffel bag through most of high school. I lived out of a duffel bag. I had a duffel bag and a boom box. And I had 2 rooms, and I would go back and forth between the two places. In mid-1994, I got married to someone. I lived with this person for a month and a half. And then I came back to my mom's house. In early 95, I got a formal divorce in early 1995. All through 1995, I was living with my mom all the time through 1995. All through 1995, I lived exclusively here at this house, my mom's house, in 1995. And I went on psychiatric medicine. Oh, just for a short time. I lived with this person for a month and a half only. Someone who lived in the projects. So I guess nobody can say that I've never been to the projects. This person lived in the projects. So I moved in the projects to be with this person. Can you believe me in the projects? Living with the projects? I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have gone to the projects. You get into all kinds of stuff when you go to the projects. You go to the projects in Richmond, Kentucky, it may not be like the projects in Chicago, but you're still in the projects. Do you understand what I mean? You're still in the projects anyway. I moved into the projects in Richmond, Kentucky. The projects of Richmond, Kentucky. Oh, God, yes. Anyway. Okay. I met that person through a friend. I met him through my best friend in high school. A friend of my friend. So that was a mistake. That person was a bad, bad person. Okay, back to the story. It is, Tasha. Satan is running the earth. At least you were smart enough to get out of the fast zone. Yeah, I was, Leah Sugar Britches Sampson. Okay, guys. Tasha Tilling's still here. Let's see. Either Tasha. Stuff is all around us. Okay. I believe so, without a doubt. Good. Okay, early 1996, I was on the antipsychotics and psychiatric medicine. In early 1996, I was still staying with my mom. I went off of the psychiatric medicine in spring 1996 because I said I'm healed. I went to a Pentecostal church, prayed, and I was healed from mental problems in the early spring 1996. I went off my medicine. I told my psychiatrist, I am not taking this medicine. I am healed. And so my mom threw me out again. My dad lived in a little trailer. This trailer was 8 feet wide, 36 feet long, like a big mobile home. This mobile home was smaller than a fifth wheel. It was smaller than a fifth wheel. So I moved into my dad's mobile home that was smaller than a fifth wheel. I lived with my dad in his trailer that was smaller than a fifth wheel. And she threw me out because I quit taking my psychiatric medicine. So I lived with my dad, and in summer 1996, I worked at a factory where my mom worked. My mom worked in the office, a big office lady, working there dressing in nice outfits. I worked in the plant, you know. She worked in the office. My mom worked in the office. And so in 1996, I was staying with my dad in his little bitty trailer most all the time. In fall of 1996, my grandparents had a new house. So in My job ended at the factory, and I started staying with my grandparents all the time. I started staying with my grandparents, and I had a basement to myself. That's when I started dressing as a woman, living as a woman, presenting as female in summer 1996, and I did that for a year. I started staying in my grandparents' basement, and when I stayed in my grandparents' basement, I went. I stayed in my grandparents' basement. I started staying with my dad's mother one night a week. I started staying with my dad's mom one night a week in that time period. So I was staying with my grandmom's parents, and then I was staying with my dad's parents one night a week. So I did that for a while. In 1997, I stopped staying with my dad's parents, and I stopped staying with my mom's parents. I stopped staying with both grandparents in 1997. In 1997, I stopped staying with both my grandparents. I didn't stay with both my grandparents anymore in 1997. I was here at home again in 1997, all the time in 1997. But then I started staying with my dad once or twice a week. 1 or 2 nights a week I stayed with my dad all night. So, and that went on from 97 to 98, 99. And in 99 and 2000, I had this a problem with my mom, and I had a falling out again. And I started staying with my dad in his little trailer again in the year 2000. And then in the year 2001 and the year 2002, I was staying with my mom and dad half the time. Half the time at my dad's and half the time at my mom's. In 99, 2000, you know, that's what I was doing. And so I started doing that. In 2002, my dad died. When my dad died in 2002, I started staying here again. And I've been back here, living here all the time, ever since the year 2002. So that's the truth, since 2002. Now I've got the camper, and we can have a little bit more time away from each other. So for a long time, I felt that I didn't have a home. I was almost like a homeless person all this time, like couch surfing. They say that couch surfing is a type of homelessness. Even if you're a sheltered person, you don't have a stable home. You see what I'm saying? You don't have a stable home. You may have a roof over your head. I mean, you may never have to sleep on the streets, but even though you're housed, you're just not homed. I mean, you can be housed without being homed. You know, it's like a person who's couch surfing. And they call it's like secondary homelessness or tertiary homelessness. It's like secondary homelessness. Primary homelessness is where you're sleeping on the streets on a cardboard box. I mean, that's primary homelessness. Skid Row. That's homeless. But secondary homeless is where you have a place to stay, but your family is shuffling you around. You're being shuffled around amongst your family. If you're being shuffled around amongst your family members, that's still a type of homelessness because you're being shuffled around amongst your family. You don't have a stable place. I mean, to have a home of your own, to not be homeless, you have to have a stable place that's your own. And I think an RV is a home. The government and the authorities may not see an RV as a home, but I see a nomadic life as a home. That's the point, is that they see that nomadic people as homeless, but nomadic people like gypsies make their home on the road. Well, if you have no family but shuffle around, it depends on if you have your RV or not. I think if you have your RV and you shuffle around, then you have a home. But if you don't have a family and you're shuffling around on couches and sleeping on couches and in spare bedrooms and stuff, you're homeless because you don't have a stable bed to live in. If you're homeless, like if you're like Tasha and Elvis Travels, I mean, oh nice, Laura Stevenson, we love you, Laura Stevenson. Thank you for being here. We love you all. We're all here, family. It's the whole point is that all through the 1990s, most of the 1990s, I felt kind of like a homeless person. I didn't have a stable home life. I felt like I was shuffled around. Do you all consider that a type of unstable living environment, what I've just described. What I've just now described, tell me, you guys, what you think about what I've just described as the situation. What do you think? Secondary homelessness where you're shuffled around, because in families where a child is split up amongst two houses, it's a split custody. It's a split custody situation. If you're in parents with a split custody, they have an organized visitation. You stay with your parents alternately when they have shared custody. Shared custody means, they take turns evenly. But in my situation, my mom would get mad, throw me out. Instead of punishing me and taking away my computer or taking away my stereo or taking away my TV, my mom got to where instead of taking away my TV, she would just say, "Go to your dad. Go to your grandparents." She would just throw me out, you know. She got to where it was easy to just say, "I'm throwing you out." That was a punishment. Get out of the house. Don't, come back next week. That was just my dad did the same thing. When I was staying with my dad, he would get mad sometimes. And then, not all the time, but he wouldn't want me there. Sometimes my dad wanted his space. He didn't want to be a parent. He didn't want to be a parent and have to have a person around. And my step grandmother, my mom's mother, when I stayed with her, she would get mad every 6 weeks or so. Every 6 weeks, she would get mad and blow up at me and go crazy on me and say, "Get out of my house. Don't come back to my house anymore. I don't want you in my house. I want you to get out of my house and get your stuff and go back to your mother's house. And I don't want you to come back to my house. I want you to go back to your mother's." That's what my grandmother said to me. A step-grandmother said, "Go back to your mother's." So I was shuffled around because people would get mad. My grandmother, step-grandmother would get mad. My mom's stepmother would get mad. My mom would get mad, and she would throw me out. And they would get mad and just ping-pong me back and forth when they get mad. And they would and it wasn't really the same as shared custody in high school. Shared custody is when they both take the responsibility to be parents. But they would just decide, "I'm mad at you. Get out. Don't. And they would ping pong me. It's why I felt homeless, kind of almost like a secondary homelessness. So that's why, if you have an RV and the inability to hold jobs, I've had emotional problems and, the problems, bullying on the job or whatever else. I've just had a hard time keeping a job and holding a job and being able to, if I, all my adult life I've had jobs. I worked. I've not been a person who never worked. I worked at Kroger's for 11 years. That was the job I worked at the most. I worked at Kroger's for 11 years because at Kroger you can move around. You're working in health and beauty aids. They move you over to grocery. If you don't get along with people in your department, in your store, they can move you to a different department. They have multiple departments like at Walmart. You don't like the people in Garden Center, you can move to sporting goods. You can work the grocery. You can be a maintenance person, clean bathrooms. Walmart is a whole zip code in and of itself. You move around that store and go to different parts of that store, you know. You move around that store. When you work at Walmart, you don't just, there's different departments you can be in. It's easier in a place like Walmart to have job security because if you don't get along with people or something like that, they can move you to a different department to separate people that don't get along. At places like Walmart, they can do that. That's a good thing about Walmart is the departments that they have at Walmart. They have different departments to work in. That's how I was able to work at Kroger's for a long time. I never really wanted to quit. I got into it with a customer. A customer hated on me and started something with me. I said something back to a customer. I said F you to the customer. And then, I had to quit or I was going to get fired. So that's how I lost my job at Kroger's. After 11 years. 3 weeks paid vacation. 3 weeks vacation. Elvis Travels gets 2 months off because he quits his jobs. Laying down for bed and listening minus my snuggling dog. Yeah, I'm sorry, Tasha. Cookie's not with you. I know you, it's not good to be alone. But, yeah, what do you guys think? How does that feel? What kind of situation? It's just like, people need to, something stable in life. People need something to stay in. Even if it's a van, Yeah. Snuggling too. Need anything to get Cookie, let me know. Well, that's nice, Jeffrey. It's good that you're helping. Yeah, we need Cookie Puss back. Sure do. You know, something people just need something of their own. They don't need to. I have another friend, transgender friend. She moved, letter recommendation, anything. Um, you know, a friend of mine, I knew her and she was in Lexington. She was in Lexington, but she moved back to, yeah, yes, she's Tasha's dog. If anybody's listening out there, let Tasha have her dog back. You know, Tasha needs Cookie and she needs her dog back. Please let her have Cookie back. Let her have her dog back. Tasha's dog back. She needs her dog. You know, they both need each other. Her and the dog need each other. So let her have her dog back. You know, she needs her dog back. You know, she's good to the dog. My dog, without a doubt, simple truths in his life. It's her dog. She's good to the dog. You mean, she treats the dog good. She loves the dog. She's a good pet parent. You know, I can call and raise hell too. That's good, Jeffrey. Yeah, she's good to the dog. And she's good to the dog. Let her have her dog back. But this person I'm friends with, she lived in Lexington and she moved back to Rochester, New York. And for the past 6 months, she's been homeless in Rochester, New York for the past 6 months, this person I keep in contact. And she's been staying in homeless shelters, but she's been ping-pong back and forth between these different shelters, you know. Ping-pong. People don't need to be ping-pong back and forth, you know, among family members and stuff like that. When you're ping-pong back and forth among family members, people blow up and get mad or have emotional blow-ups. You know, it's not good to... It's bad that, you know, you have a house to live in or a place to live. You don't have to worry, you know, screw the neighbors. Who cares what the neighbors think about you? You have a house to live in. You have a house to live in. You have a home to live in. And whether it's an RV or a house. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's my whole point. You got something to live in, whether it's an RV or a home. You know, screw what anybody else thinks. Tasha mentioned that guy named Steve at the place she stayed in, at her storage unit. She had the guy named Steve. So I guess anybody could have problems with someone. Russian's coming. Doggy was like, Lordy, Russian's coming. Oh yeah, here she is. Molly Jane, I love you. She's a sweet pea. I think she's going to have some kind of flea medicine. I think she's eating or something. Molly Jane is good. My sweet baby. Baby, what is it, honey? Yeah, you can cover yourself up. She covers herself up. She burrows herself under the covers. That guy's a monster. He won't come near me again. Yeah, I'm glad. He's leaving you alone. That's a good thing. Yeah, those monsters are bad. Let him who fights with monsters. Let him who fights monsters take heed lest he become a monster. And fighting with monsters. I don't want to become a monster. I don't want to be a monster. You fight with monsters, but you don't want to be a monster. Is that a Chihuahua? She is a Chihuahua. Yeah, she's part Chihuahua. She is part Chihuahua. Molly Jane's part Chihuahua, aren't you, honey? I don't know exactly how much, but she's part. She burrows herself. She has all the classic features of a Chihuahua. Here we go, baby. There we go. She's covering herself up. She's burrowing herself. She's the cutest thing she does. She has her nose sticking out. she covers herself completely up, except for the nose, and she lets her nose stick out so she can see. Yes. Put her on the heartworm medicine with tick and flea protection. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Heartworm. We got her heartworm medicine. We got the heartworm medicine with pills. That's what my dog does. That's sweet, isn't it, Laura? Yeah, just a watt dryer, clothes dryer. Just to be able to. That's kind of part of the thing that kind of fueled me to need an RV. Kind of the part of the thing that fueled me to need an RV. Yeah. I just wanted something of my own. I thought of my dad and his little trailer, little mobile home that he lived in. I guess if I got anything permanent, I would get a travel trailer, a big travel trailer to live in. But just, feeling like you got something of your own to stay in. 33 degrees in here. 54% relative humidity. Yeah, so, yeah, exactly. I need to start spending more time in here. That's what I need to be doing. It costs a lot of money. I'm looking for a job, some kind of money, or some way to get some money. But right now, it costs money to heat the camper, and I don't have it right now. I'm just saving my money right now. Yikes. What do you guys think about the situation in the 1990s? Baby. Yeah. The situation, I guess. Yeah. The clothes being washed. I guess I'll go back in here and see how these are doing in the dryer. The clothes dryer. Mm. 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 I'm gonna get this stuff away, get this stuff done. Yeah, my phone's dying on me. It's completely dying. Yes. Oh, 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 oh. Yes. Baby, see? Here's her Mally lets her head stick out, Oh no! Breaking news! Oh heck! Broken down near Mexico. Oh shoot. That sucks. Elbow's broken down. He got hold hand, he done broken down. Yeah, he's done broken down. Yeah, he's a broken down. Yeah. broken down. Elvis travels is a broken down. Yeah, he's broken down. He whole out broken down. Broken down, broken down. Long time gone out of broken down. Long down, broken down, broken down. Sorry, guys. Fart. Oh, fart head. Stop. You're ogling over me. Oh, let's see. Sorry. Yeah. What's... Okay, guys. Oh, yeah. No tanks from Mexico. Elbow. Let's see. No menu. Really? Yeah. No trolling. We're watching him on Facebook. Shredded belt, but in a safe place. Oh, good. He's in a safe place. iPad. Yikes. 2 bad days in a row for him. Scary. Did he go to jail? No, just detained. Detained by the Mexican police? Did they? It was like 2 a.m., he said. Yeah. Hey there, yeah. Did you fart? No. Yeah. So they detained him? Did they detain him? The Mexican police? Mm-hmm. Broken down, he's broken down. Dang it. Daggone it.
Just made it.
Yeah.
Bertolli.
That looks good, that Bertolli does.
A little bit of parm.
Yeah, he's breaking down.
So, anyways, I'm not going to be on here that long, folks. I just wanted to
Oh, no, that's not good.
give you guys a little update of what's going on. And we'll figure things out. So I'm going to go ahead and pump on at her. Have a good day, folks. Please pray for me.
Yeah, pray for him. Oh, yeah, he was detained. Broken down, you're broken down. Every day you're broken down. Breaking down, he's a broken down. Minor breakdown. I think my belter pulley is bad, but I'm in a safe place, thank God. Okay. It's going to take time to get over what I've heard in Tasha's video. I saw the one where he was detained by the Mexican police.
What's going on, guys? It's
Any guys? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. Whoa. I don't know if Laura's still there or not. Okay. I don't know how to do that. I can't unhide it. She's not in timeout or nothing. Hey, you're still here, Laura. Yeah. All normal. So, what else is going on, everyone? There's a channel called Psych to Go. I think that's pretty cool. Your birthday? Yeah, my birthday is in September. I don't know when anybody else's is. Cuddling with Pub. Have to call about an RV tomorrow and go to do blood work. Joni, play Elvis's stream. Let us see it. I didn't want to leave your chat. Oh, I understand. I hate to do that. I hate to post somebody else's. I'll get off here and then I'll let you guys watch it, okay? I don't want to post anybody else's content. Molly Jane. We'll get off here and I'll watch it, okay? I'm at one. It's only 2:30 in the morning. 2:20 a.m. in the morning. Okay, Laura. Okay.
It's 1:06 a.m. Mountain Time. I just wanted to pop on here. See who's up. I've been in super stealth mode in the past couple days. I'm feeling good, but been trying to save money, cooking in the van, making some ramen noodles, some pasta,
I'm sorry.
marinara sauce,
Wrong video, guys.
yogurt. Just
Wrong one. Here he is.
gonna in the van. Well,
Here we go. There we go. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Jeffrey. Sorry to hear that. If it'll come through and play. It's not wanting to play. It's not wanting to process yet. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jeffrey. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm sorry about your mother. My condolences.
but I'm gonna cut.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Sorry about the glare of the lights, but I'm gonna kind of keep you guys up here.
Yeah.
I haven't ate nothing today. I'm starving, but I kind of have a little bit of a minor breakdown. Thank God I'm in a safe place here, close to a gas station, fuel station. I'm close to food. I'm close to a convenience store. I'm not broke down on the side of the road. I'm in a parking lot, thank God. Something's going on with my belt or pulley. I think my belt was getting shredded off of the pulley, so I don't know if my pulley is bad or the belt is just not aligned properly like it was before, but it's really getting tore up and it's on its last legs. So, and I'm close to 2 mechanic shops. I'm within less than a mile, but I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I guess I'll try to figure out. But thank God I'm in a safe place and I'm not on the side of the road. I'm in the city of El Paso, and you know, and basically I'm gonna have to try to figure out what I'm gonna do. At least I'm in a safe spot. I got fuel, I got propane, I got water, I can get the food, and I'm in a safe spot and I'm out of the way. So I'm going to have to figure out tomorrow or in the next day or two what I'm going to do here, what the deal is. But something is messing up my belt. Something is shredding the belt, so I don't know what's causing that. I don't know if the belt is just old, because the belt was just replaced not that long ago, but maybe the belt was on its way out, or maybe it's not aligned properly. Either way, any way you look at it, I've got to get things fixed. So, basically that's the dealio. I thought I'd come on here and see who's on, talk to you guys. This is the second little minor breakdown. while I'm out on the road here. And hopefully things aren't going to be too bad. This is a scenario that I wasn't hoping for, but it is what it is. And something's going on, and hopefully a mechanic is going to get to the bottom of it, to the bottom of things, of what's going on. But I'm going to make some, I already made some pasta. I'm just going to warm up some pasta and some sauce. I got some Bertolli sauce, and I thought I'd come on here and kill a little bit of time with you guys, see what's going on with everybody, see what's on everybody's minds and stuff. But the rig, overall, has been running pretty good. I don't really have any problems. Just now this deal with this belt thing. So I don't know if the belt is just worn out, but it's pretty much tearing into shreds.
Hi, Debbie Lynn. How are you?
Not properly like it was.
Good to hear you, Debbie Lynn TV. Good to see you
like
in here.
The situation was before. So
we're just watching Elvis Travel's breakdown.
We'll see what happens. It just all of a sudden just started. And when a belt goes, it goes fast.
Good. That's good, Debbie Lynn.
And you got to get right to it. So,
yes.
I don't know. We'll see what the dealio is. And I'm going to feel better about myself and the rig when I get everything situated. Sometimes you just don't know what goes out on these rigs because it's a trial and error situation with these rigs while you're out on the road. You never know really what's going to go out, when it's going to go out, or how it's going to go out.
Oh, hey, Debbie Lynn, I saw that song you did, Bumming a Van. That was pretty funny. That was really cool. I heard that.
Over the border, that whole ordeal that I had. So I got a good night's sleep. I got some rest.
But Debbie Lynn, where did you get your where did you get the music, the background music that you were doing along with it? Debbie, how did you get the background music? Where did that come from? Was that like a band that played or what? Yes, I heard the background music. You were playing with it. Excuse me. I heard you playing with the background music. I just didn't know exactly where you got the background music. If it was your music, what it was. But I listened to it. It was cool. Oh, I do it backing track. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's really cool. My phone's dying on me. My phone's getting ready to die. I have to plug it up. Plug it in, plug it in. Don't plug it in, plug it in. Yeah. Yes. I have to lay here and plug it up. Yeah, I had to plug my phone up. I'd like to hear your view on the voices in Tasha's video. Yeah, that would be good, Debbie Lynn. Yeah. Debbie Lynn, now or make a video of your own about it. About what you think about the voices in Tasha's video. You can just, tell me what you think. You can do it now. We can let you have the floor and you can do it, or just do your own video, or do it now, or whatever, Debbie Lynn. However you want to do it. Yeah. What's all I've not been on? Yeah. Well, what's up, dog? Yeah, you have to watch Tasha's video. What's going on? What's going on? Well, it's the voices, paranormal voices, in Tasha's video. It's called An Answer to My Questions. Yeah. I think somebody said there was a voice at 34:27, the 34 minute and 27 second mark. Okay. Yeah, 34 minutes, 27 seconds, and later on there's another thing. So. Oh yeah, 34:26. And what I heard you, and I've been praying for your soul, and I came to talk to you, and I don't know every woman and every man alive, and it was for us to come down here and to sing the songs of God Himself to the people of this world. It was not time for you to sing. It was not time for you to pray. It was not time for you to understand. It was not time for you to talk about the Lord. It was not time for you to sing a song. It was not time for you to talk about what happened to you yesterday. It was not time for somebody to say something to you. It's not time for everybody to talk about what happened at church. It's not time for you to sit on the front pew and strip tease in the church house. It's not time for us to go to the beer joint. It's not time for us to go to the tavern. It's not time for us to go to the dance hall. It's not time for us to go back to the school reunion. It's time for us to pray. It's time for us to go to church on Sunday. It's time for us to talk about what we learned. It's time for us to sing a song in the church house. Let's get the tambourines out. Let's get the drums and the guitar. The Bible says Do the lyre and the harp and the stringing of the harp to play upon the harp and the fine music and dancing unto the Lord. We shall come on this Sunday morning and we shall pray and preach. We shall sing the songs and lift the roof off of this old church house and we shall learn how to talk about the things we learned. It was time for us to learn what we doing, brother. I took it from you, and I taught you how to sing the songs. When you get filled with the Holy Ghost, and you start screaming and yelling, brother, and you start getting filled with the Spirit of God. I learned how to sing in church as a little child, in a little old church house up in the hills, and I taught him how to do it, brother, and I sang and prayed until my grandparents were 90 years old. That's how we went to the church house, and that's how we did, brother. I can't help it. I just had to. Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? You start line singing. I'm gonna flip line. That's pretty well. You're scaring me. Sorry, Laura Stevensons. I just had to be crazy, huh? Sorry, Laura. I believe in God too. I was just being goofy. Acting imitating that Pentecostal hubble preacher. Why do people preach like that? Have you ever heard of a person that preached like that, Laura? Have you actually heard that kind of preaching? That's old-fashioned preaching. Old-fashioned Pentecostal preaching. When I was a little kid, my aunt went to a just make sure the church has Jesus or you will be in an anti-church. That's true, Levy. You're right. Pentecostal, old-fashioned Pentecostal preaching. It's hard to find anymore. It's hard to find the old-fashioned Pentecostal preaching anymore. It's kind of modern, you know. It doesn't sound like the old-fashioned preaching. Yeah. It's like the old auctioneer preaching, you know. And it's hard to find the old ones anymore. It's hard to find the real old-fashioned preaching anymore. They don't preach like that anymore much. A lot of your new Pentecostal churches are all just kind of modern preachers, you know. They preach modern, you know, educated preaching. Kind of like educated preaching, like a, you know, they don't really preach. They sing old ways too. Pikeville for you. Pikeville, Kentucky, you find a lot. Oh, you do. You find a lot still in Pikeville. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's good. Yeah, I had Debbie Lynn. In Pikeville, Kentucky, there's somebody I know. Pike County, Pikeville, Kentucky. She's a transgender woman, and she lives in Pikeville area. Her name is Rebecca Thornsberry. For a while, she called herself Rebecca Lynn Thacker, but she's middle-aged, maybe a little older than you, Debbie Lynn. So, I forgot how old she is. Maybe she's 60 years old. I don't know exactly how old she is. But I'm friends with her on Facebook, and we used to talk. She used to come to the Transgender Kentucky group, Debbie Lynn. She used to come to that one. Yeah, she lives up that area. She Rebecca Thornsberry. Yeah, Rebecca Thornsberry in Pikeville or whatever that area, Pike County or whatever like that. She used to come to the Trans Kentucky group in Lexington. We used to talk, and she gave me some clothes. You know, she gave me some clothes and stuff. She's on Facebook. Rebecca Renee Thornsberry. Rebecca Renee Thornsberry. Yeah. Yeah, she lives up there. She has a house up there in that area. So I don't know if you're familiar with people there, if you've been there a lot. But yeah, you know, as a little kid, my great aunt, you know, I used to go to a church, Beattyville, Kentucky. Yeah, that's a nice, peaceful little community in Lee County. And it's not really too far from here, honestly. I think Lee County is on the other side of Estill County, isn't it? On the other side of Irving. I'm thinking someday if somebody's got another truck camper, when I get a job, I'd like to find another 1970s truck camper, to rebuild a 1970s truck camper. I'm from Pikeville, Kentucky. Okay, cool. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Do they have coal mines in that area? They have coal mines there? Okay, good. But there's a story about Rebecca Lynn Thornsberry, Renee Thornsberry, but I'm not going to tell her business because it's not really any of my business to tell. It's not my business to tell anybody else's business. So, but she's an interesting person. Rebecca Renee Thornsberry is an interesting person. She's an interesting person, in her life. She's lived an interesting life. That's all they have coal mines. Yeah, exactly. This person used to work for a coal mine a long time ago in that area. But but yeah, I'm not gonna ever tell anybody else's personal life because it's not my business. It's not my place to do it. But yeah, I'm friends with her on Facebook. I've never really been there. I've never really been that far east in Kentucky. Now I've been to Huntington, West Virginia. I've been to yeah, I drove through there. I drove through to Virginia on a road trip one time. But I've been to um, let's see, I've been to Flatwoods, Kentucky. What do you call it again? Um, let's see. What do you call it? Ashland. I've been to Ashland, Kentucky a few times. I have some relatives up there, and I went through over to the Ironton, Ohio. The Ironton, Ohio is across the river from Ashland. The Ironton, Ohio is. I've been there. So, and that's like, I guess, the Tri City area. I guess that's close to Huntington, West Virginia. Right after Tasha says suicide, sounds like Tasha speaking in tongues. Tasha says suicide. Sounds like Tasha speaking in tongues. Yeah, that's, yeah, I heard some kind of a, thing like that. Out at the outskirts of Detroit. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Debbie Lynn. Debbie, that is an interesting thing. Yeah, you went to the Detroit. Detroit would be an interesting place to see. I like Detroit because of, the car industry, automotive industry. American cars. We need to go back to buying American cars. I think so. I just think that we need to go back to buying American cars. We need to bring back Detroit. Bring back Detroit. Build Detroit back up again. Detroit back up again. Make it the city it was, years ago. Motor City. Build American automakers back up. Build GM back up. Buy American. Buy American cars. Buy Chevrolets. Buy Fords. Dodge is not completely American anymore. That's the only thing about Dodge is, what are they owned by Fiat? That's an Italian company. It's not really completely an American car if it's owned by Fiat. It's been bought out. Just like companies like Magnavox and, okay, Debbie Lane. Yeah, the cars, you think of, companies like RCA and, you think of companies like Philco and companies like Philco and Magnavox and all these American companies, Zenith. Zenith was an American company. Products of Zenith made in America. But a lot of these companies are just bought out by Japanese companies, and they're not true American companies anymore. Even though they're just a faceplate, they're just a nameplate. That's all these companies are, is just a nameplate. It's just a marquee. It's just a brand name, a marquee for a Japanese company. That's all it is. Yeah, you can do that. You can write it down when you want to. It's a marquee for a Japanese company. America is one of the greatest countries in the world. We need to bring back American products. We need to we need to build that GM used to be the lead seller, in America. But I read somewhere that the Toyota has actually surpassed GM in popularity in America. More people are buying Toyotas than Chevys anymore. You know, we need to bring back the Chevrolet. We need to buy our Chevrolets and Fords, you know. There's a Ford Maverick. It's coming out, the new Ford Maverick. People like it, you know. The little truck. You go to the Ford Bronco, the new Chevy Blazer. Lots of new cars, you know, little cars, big cars, SUVs, trucks, you know. All kinds of vehicles, you know. Chevrolet, General Motors. I'm going to buy a Chevrolet. Buy a brand new Chevy truck. GMC. For my truck camper. That's what it's all about, you know. Being patriotic, you know. That's what the old people believed in. My grandmother said before she died, you know. You know, it doesn't seem right to buy a foreign car, honestly. It doesn't seem right to buy a foreign car. It just doesn't seem right to buy a foreign car. Or things like that. It's about patriotism, you know. Being patriotic, you know, supporting the American corporations. Things like that. So I believe that, you know. I believe that's what's important. America first, you know. America first. Instead of giving money to other countries, you gotta help American. Help America. Get homeless people off the street. Get jobs for them. Get people off drugs. Get people off drugs. Clean up the ghettos, you know. Affirmative action. Clean up the ghettos. Get drugs off the street. You know, get gangs off the street. When's the last time America's been talking about getting gangs off the street? Cleaning up the projects. Cleaning up the bad parts of town. The dangerous parts of our cities, these crime-ridden areas. You know, bring the police in and clean up these crime-ridden neighborhoods. These places where criminals run wild, you know. Drive the criminals back underground. Drive the criminals underground. Make them go underground again. Make the criminals and gangs go underground. Too much gang activity is going on in broad daylight, you know. Too much criminal gang activity is going on in broad daylight. We need to shut down the gangs. We need to shut down the street gangs. We need to get drugs off the street. We need more narcs and people on the street getting drugs off the street. We need to shut down the street gangs, you know. That's a criminal gang that terrorizes people on the streets and terrorizes the streets. We need to get these criminal gangs off the street that terrorize the streets. And get these gangs off the streets. Clean up the neighborhoods. You know. Make America great again. That's what it's about, making America great again. You know, not focusing on foreign policy as much. Focusing on America. Go into our poor areas. Yeah, the world may only get worse, but it's true maybe, but if we try to stave it off and make it take a little longer to get worse, and try to think about, you know, the poor hillbillies in some of the mountain communities, and, you know, get jobs for these people. I think the Great Depression, you know, there were a lot of Great Depression projects that were built, and I've read about it, you know, I've been watching and learning about it. What was it, Roosevelt? Was it FDR? Was it Roosevelt? Roosevelt, in the 1930s, everybody lost their jobs and lost everything they had. In the Great Depression, the government came out with infrastructure plans, building bridges and all kinds of stuff in the 1930s. And that was to give jobs to people that didn't have jobs in the 1930s during the Great Depression. We're not listening. Yeah, I guess, Laura, we need to listen. It's not going to happen, Joni, because the government trying to defund the cops. Defund the cops. That's not good, you know. Debbie Lynn, that's not good to defund the cops. We need cops in these neighborhoods, in these crime-ridden areas. I hate what happened to George Floyd, you know. That criminals out on the streets, people peddling dope and passing counterfeit money. You know, somebody's got a criminal record, you know. Keep guns out of the hands of violent criminals. I mean, if you're somebody, you know, that's not a violent criminal, you know, you can have a gun, but someone who's a gang member, someone who terrorizes people, a violent person, someone who's a violent criminal, if someone's been convicted of robbery or rape or assault and battery. They don't deserve guns. Those people don't deserve guns because they're violent people, violent people. You know. I wish they would, but defunding the cops is not a good thing. I mean, we got to have cops. It's just a necessary evil. There's bad things that cops do. I know cops aren't perfect. And I know they're bad cops, and they're not always good, but we got to have somebody to keep the streets safe for the people. We need somebody to keep the streets safe. And it's just what we have to have is someone to keep the streets safe because the thugs and gangs and stuff will take over. I mean, if there was no one on the streets to keep the streets safe, then it's going to get to the point to where the gangs are going to take over, and it's going to be like Mexico. We don't want America to be like Mexico. We don't want this to be like that with the cartels and Chihuahua, Mexico, and all that stuff. We don't want America to be like that. We got to have somebody somewhere to keep the streets safe, to keep them safe. Maybe we need the A team. Maybe we just need cops, police reform, more transparency in the police department. More transparency, just like they're talking about in Minneapolis. Transparency in the police department. The police are responsible for how they treat the people. They're responsible. We can't be tyrants. You have to be good cops, not tyrants. But yeah, anyway, I'm not gonna blab on. Yeah, I'm not gonna blab. Yeah. Okay, blah blah blah. Debbie Lynn, Laura Stevenson. Tasha Teeling is long gone. She's been gone a long time. She's been gone a while. Yeah, the government is trying to defund the cops. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'm going to get off here and try to do something before I go to bed. I need to do my laundry. It's been almost 2 hours. It's been a 2-hour stream. That's good. I'm glad to hear what you have to say, Laura Stevenson. Yeah, I think the signs of the end of time and things that are going on. I'm Laura Stevenson. I believe it. Okay, yeah. You know what? It will take the place after they defund the cops. Biden done cut a deal, and Biden done cut them a deal with Sharia law. Oh, that's Sharia law. I've been hearing about that. It's not a good thing, is it, Debbie Lynn? Sharia law is not good. You're not Laura Stevenson's life. You cut a deal with Sharia law. Yeah, I heard about Sharia law. Debbie Lynn. I've been hearing a little bit about the Sharia law and stuff. Yeah, that's true, Debbie Lynn TV. Well, Debbie Lynn TV, I'll see you on your next live stream. Or maybe, on my live stream if I have one. You can come in here anytime you want to. So you can come in here whenever you want to. I'll come on your live streams and try to look out for you to be on live. And so, things like that. Okay, we'll see everybody later. I'm going to get off here and let my phone get charged up. It's been 2 hours, a 2-hour live stream. So, good night, everybody. I'll catch you on the flip side. Like, share, subscribe, join the revolution. I will catch you all where the sun don't shine.